Hello, hello, hello. This is The Whole Traveler, and I'm Jeffrey Gard. Thank you for being here today. We are going to talk about Delta Sky Club at Terminal 4, JFK, Concourse B, like boy. But what I need you to do first is work your magic. Click like, click subscribe, leave a comment. Help a boy out. Come on. All right, let's get started. Delta Sky Club, Concourse B. It's important that you know it's Concourse B because Delta has two clubs in Terminal 4. One is in Concourse B, one is in Concourse A. For the few select, you can actually use a third club as well, which is the American Centurion Lounge, which is also located in Terminal 4 if you have the Amex Platinum card or Delta Sky Reserve. It lets you into all three clubs. Warning though. If your gate is located in B, you will definitely want to use the club in Concourse B and stick to that one. If your ticket is for gate A or in Concourse A, you will need to stick to that club in Concourse A. I cannot stress this enough. JFK Terminal 4 is massive, and the difference between where the two clubs are located is huge. One might as well be in Queens while the other one is in Brooklyn. So you do not want to mess around. It's like a good mile plus between those two clubs. So don't think, oh, I'll just hit both of them. No. Because you'll end up walking 1 mile this way, 1 mile that way, and boosh, before you know it, you're going to miss your flight. Also, the American Centurion Lounge is directly out of security. So you take security, you get out of security, you hit left, and you'll hit the Centurion Lounge. And it's kind of like a middle way between Concourse B and Concourse A. So if you want to use that lounge, you can use it too if you're Delta Sky Reserve or if you have American Express Platinum. So just a heads up on that. Don't get tempted to check out all the lounges because you may not have time. All right, so Concourse B, here are the good things that I absolutely loved about Concourse B. It's massive. You walk in and this space immediately hits you. You're in these very large rooms with wraparound windows that have these beautiful airy views. You just feel like you're in these massive aerated spaces. You don't feel claustrophobic at all. And that is a huge deal because airports are notorious for claustrophobic spaces with claustrophobic feeling clubs. The clubs are just kind of crammed and jammed. Space is a premium at airports. So to walk into a club like Delta's Concourse B Sky Club and feel this massive space is a really, really big deal. Another huge plus for Delta Sky Club is the food. Oh my goodness, the food is fantastic. So you can get soups, hearty stews. You can get pastas and rice and meat dishes. The dessert options also did not disappoint. They had cakes, they had brownies, they had cookies, they had little things, they had big things. This is restaurant grade, seriously good cuisine that you can eat to your heart's desire. It's all you can eat. And that's also good because I always recommend if you've watched my channel, you watched my thing, you always know you better go to that plane with a full belly because you don't know. You don't know what that meal is going to be like. You may not like it. The meals are always small on the plane, so eating to your heart's content at the lounge is the way to go, and Delta lets you do that with delicious food. So what is bad about it? The decor feels a little tired at this point. I do think that they're probably going to need to do a refresh on the decor, especially some of the seats. A lot of the seats, a lot of the furniture looks very well worn in, used. A lot of scuff marks on the tables, a lot of scuffs, creases in the seats where things look pretty used. So it definitely could use a little bit of a refresher there. What I did find not good was that you have the tables in between the seats where they have all the chargers and the plugins. A lot of those didn't work. We had to switch 3 different seating areas until we found a charging station area that actually worked, and only half of it then worked. And then I had to use another area, like kind of a bar stool area that was unoccupied, and I had to plug my stuff in. And of course you have to watch it and to keep an eye on it because there's so much traffic around. What is the ugly? This is a little bit controversial, I think, but, you know, and I'm probably going to get some hate. Dislike. You want me to click? I'll click on that dislike. You know, the ugly are the people. Unfortunately, I hate saying it, but, you know, the clientele, it's just, and this isn't particular to Delta Sky Club, right? It's everywhere you go. You just have slobs. I mean, people just have not woken up from the pandemic, and they're just kind of slovenly, and it's not that great. It's not great when you see people roll up in their pajamas. And I get that. I get you want to dress comfortable for your flight, especially maybe you have an 8-hour long haul or a 12-hour long haul and you want to be comfortable. I totally get that. But the thing is that those flimsy pajamas that you're wearing, you can easily pack those and put them in your purse, your carry-on, your bag, and pull them out just right before you're ready to go. They have tons of dressing rooms, right? They have like showers and areas and where you can change. So you don't have to wear your bedwear around the airport. I am a firm believer that I don't think children should be admitted into airport lounges. I really don't. Every single time I go into a club now, there's like little banquettes of furniture that they're like these kinds of enclosures. Every single time I go to that section in a club, there's always a 16, 17-year-old boy in his gym shorts, sprawled out with his video game player, his Switch thing, whatever you want to call, and he's just commandeered the entire area for himself. It's all the time now. And I mean, maybe he paid for it himself because he's some mega influencer, but I doubt it. Because kids who are mega influencers don't necessarily behave like that, right? I think that it is a privilege to be at a lounge. And I think when you introduce those privileges to young children who don't understand how hard someone has to work to get that privilege and who don't understand the cost around it, it creates a definite air of entitlement. I've gone to enough lounges now where I've seen enough children who are at this point completely spoiled and their behavior is obnoxious. They're usually obnoxious, they're arrogant. There was one child who was throwing an absolute tantrum because her mother was explaining to her, I guess what happened was that she was booked on premium economy while the mother was like a lay flat bed, right? And the girl was crying because she's like, I want the lay flat bed. How come I don't get to have that? And the mother was like, oh, but it's premium economy. You're gonna watch all the movies you want. You can have all the food, you know? And she wasn't having it. And again, it's like you introduce that child. We all know what happens when you go first class, right? Once you get a taste of first class, suddenly it's like, I can't go back to economy. I can't be with people. You know what I mean? It's like once you get a taste of that luxury, you'll do anything to not go back to economy. And children are the same way. They're no different. They like the luxury too. They like the lay flat beds. They like the Sundays. They like the VIP treatments. And so I think introducing your children to that, if you're not going to be able to compensate and provide for them into their adulthood, because that's what they're going to want and expect, I think it sets it up for a really nasty scenario. With all things being fair, there really isn't kind of an ugly thing other than the people. And not all of them. There's a lot of really great people there who keep to themselves, who are polite, who understand that they're using shared public space and they take what they need for themselves and they don't take more, and they're very conscious and aware of that. There's plenty of those people, plenty more of those people. So that is the overall thing of the Delta Sky Club. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. Would I recommend it over the Centurion Lounge? Yes, and here's why. Because number one, Concourse B is massive. It is the larger of the two concourses. And so you're gonna wanna be in the thick of B if your boarding is in B. And that's a really great location in deep in B. It's kind of like midway in B, so it's equidistant between the polar ends of Concourse B. And number 2, it's massive. The the Amex Centurion Lounge makes me feel claustrophobic. It's beautiful and it's lovely when it's not crowded, but that Centurion Lounge has always been crowded. Every time I use it, it is always filled to the gills with people. So I hope this helps. I hope I gave you some good feedback. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think.